think that people have to start thinking about how we're going to interact with animals in the future because, you know, we're looking at a projection at the end of the century of having half of the 9 million species that are known to be going extinct. Like, we're living in this age where we're literally just seeing stuff die. And it's all sort of happening very quietly because we're all living in cities and we're away from really interacting with nature. So I think that if design doesn't figure out a way to either motivate people to want to have more interactions with animals or to literally design animals back into our everyday lives, that we're going to lose out, like, not just because I think that human-animal interaction is good for people, but I think that it has a lot to do with our imagination and like what we think is possible. Like, animals have abilities that are so far beyond what we can do that it just opens up all these, you know, ways of thinking that I don't know if people could do on their own. My graduation project is about looking at the future evolution of animals and their relationships with humans. So I got really interested in the institution of captivity. So looking at like zoos. So I designed 3 species to go into sort of a speculative zoo of the future. And I based it on consumer resource systems. So one of them is an herbivore, and one of them is a carnivore, and one of them is an insectivore. So the idea would be that people don't actually have to do that much to maintain this park. The animals sort of have their own ecology and they self-maintain. Well, I would really like the biological design to do 2 things. I want it to help people to think about human influence on evolution, which I think is a really big issue at the moment, living in the Anthropocene. And I also would like to make it more tangible to people, like what we're talking about when people talk about synthetic biology, because so much of the language is abstract and I don't think it really communicates. And this, I think, gives people maybe a bit of a way in. And also, I'd like my work to be useful to science as well. So if it was possible for me to use these skills to sort of help scientists visualize things that they wouldn't be able to otherwise, to communicate with people, that would be really amazing too.